Clarity on Fire, a podcast for people who know what they don't want out of their life and career, but aren't sure what they'd rather be doing.
In a world where it's easy to exist, but hard to feel alive, we, Kristen
and Rachel,
two certified life and career coaches, are here to help you cut through the information overload, get unstuck, and focus not just on how you can have a career you're passionate about, but how to create a whole life that feels fulfilling.
So join us here, where we serve up inspiration and down-to-earth wisdom in a way that only two best friends can.
We want you to experience the relief of knowing that, yes, you're allowed to want more out of your life and career.
And no, you don't have to wander through the dark anymore. Our job is to light the fire that shows you the way. Let's go.
Welcome to our last reading for a while, and we got a new deck to break it in. So I went and ordered the classic Rider-Waite tarot deck. If you think about tarot cards or you Google this tarot cards, like this is typically what you're going to see.
Mm-hmm. We've got some descriptions we're going to read for you as well.
Written by, I will tag her in the show notes. I will link to her
our very
site.
Own tarot reader.
Madeleine Joan, who we have had on the podcast back in December of 2018. And she's awesome. And Kristen and I are both members of her Patreon. So we get daily, Monday through, I know it's 7 days a week, a tarot card emailed to everyone every day, which is super cool.
And then my favorite part is once a month-ish, we get a personal recorded reading from Madeleine for being part of her Patreon group. And I look forward to this every single month.
So we will post pictures, obviously, of the cards that we pull. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull cards and then we're going to read Madeleine's description of these cards because we can't write it better than she can. She is the expert and we're giving her all due credit and a little bit of free promotion here. So, okay, I've split the deck as I am wont to do into three little piles. And so we're going to start with the left and we can either think of something and pause and want to get like a card pulled around it, or you can just see what the universe wants to tell you. Then I also think I'll sum up by doing like a reading of the three together.
And, yep.
I think that the sequence often matters, especially in tarot. So let's do the first one, okay?
Okay.
All right. Ace of Wands. Oh, this is a good card.
Started out with aces.
Wands often represent the element of your passion. So your creativity, your work, your career often is what you see when you get wands pulled.
Okay, let's hear about them. Something essential is burning within you and longs to be unleashed on the world when you pull the Ace of Wands from the deck. Appearing from a cloud is a godly hand offering you a wand, one still growing and blossoming. It hovers over a lush, windy landscape, and a white castle gleams in the distance, indicating movement, promise, and inspiration. A primal, creative impulse deserves your attention and cultivation. Have you been meaning to write, paint, or speak your piece? This passion of yours is not something that can be learned or honed in school or assembled from the knowledge in books. This energy is only yours. Only you can stoke your fire and set it free. Wands represent our inner fire, our spirit, will, and creativity. You have something that must be offered to the world. This is the spark that could start a wildfire, but only if you build it up and give it air. Have you been considering leaving the doldrums of your workaday job to start your own business or create something of your own? Follow that instinct. Most importantly, follow your passion. This pure and potent card augurs potential for expansion, but remember, the aces are like seeds. They have everything within them to create life, but they must be nurtured and fed if they're to come to fruition. Follow your instincts and welcome the breakthrough. If you've been waiting for a sign from the universe, this is it. Go for it.
That's kind of meta, right? Oh, I like that a lot.
This one feels very apropos to what we do. We help people figure out, like, what is that passion? What is that fire within them? So I love that we're starting out with this card.
And I like it that it's the first card.
Yeah.
The ace is the first. So second card, the middle card. 3 of Cups. So in the Rider-Waite image, there's like 3 women raising the glasses over their heads and they look like they're dancing in a circle. I always think of this as like the friendship card. Mm-hmm. And cups are sort of the realm of emotions.
Okay. It's time to raise your glass in celebration with dear friends when the Three of Cups turns up in the tarot deck. 3 young women dance together merrily, flowers springing at their feet, holding golden cups high above their heads. They are a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead, symbolizing their diverse talents and origins. Their differences only complement and strengthen one another. There is no main figure in the card. Working or dancing together, these women create the idealized 3-part harmony. Each wears a laurel, symbolic of purity, protection, and victory. Beauty, joy, and success are all forecast when we pull the 3 of Cups. It's an ideal time to get together with your closest loved ones, virtually at least, to enjoy each other's company or to put your collective power behind a creative venture. Cups represent the realm of emotions and spirituality. You have something magnificent to offer, and by sharing this ebullient magic with others, you will only increase it. Friendships are the current key to your joyful success. This card is often indicative of raising literal glasses, so you might be getting together with friends and loved ones for Zoom happy hours or drinks to toast your relationship or your group accomplishments. Happy social outings, compassionate resolutions, sympathy, and harmony are all forecast. Raise your glass to others and to yourself. Share the wealth of good fortune to enjoy its highest reward.
These are all very good.
We're getting some very positive,
uplifting.
Yeah.
I want to see what the third card is so that I can kind of
give the full experience here.
Okay. So the third card on the right is the King of Wands. Oh, I very much like that we started with the Ace of Wands and now we have the King of Wands. Okay. He's a very magnificent man sitting on a throne, and there's salamander next to him, which, I think it represents fire element, wands, fire, creativity, passion.
Okay, let's hear about it. Are you taking the lead in a creative venture? Do you have a long-range vision of an inspirational or entrepreneurial endeavor? It's the second time we've heard about maybe starting your own thing.
I know. Yeah, I have some thoughts about that. Continue.
When you step into your fiery, creative, and visionary power and manifest your ideas in the material world, you are charged by the energy of the King of Wands. In the classic Rider-Waite image, a red-headed king sits in profile, his gaze intent on some unseen action on the horizon. He's dressed finely, even ostentatiously, in his flame-tipped crown and red and gold garb. His throne and cape are decorated with the noble lion and the salamander, the mystical fire element who eats his own tail, symbolizing the eternal creative cycle that pervades everything that is. Another salamander sits at his feet, symbolizing his mastery over the creative, the regenerative, and the resilient. In his left hand, he holds a tall, blooming wand. Wands are symbolic of the fire element. Here we are again. The realm of creativity, willpower, and energy. The King of Wands does not merely have great ideas, though he does have plenty, he also knows how to manifest them in the material world. The king has moved all the way from the ace of inspiration to the expansion and mastery of his original intent. Oh, I love this. Whether he is writing, acting, painting, singing, coding, or running his own business, the King of Wands lives and breathes his vision. He is also a charismatic leader, so recruiting devoted partners, helpers, or followers is his specialty, as is facilitating their success. When the King of Wands appears, it's a call to use your vision and charisma to take charge of your personal realm. Be fearless in bringing your ideas into the world for others to examine and enjoy. Live life intentionally. What you create creates you.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That just was...
I know, right? What a great reading. Okay, so here's how I see these as a story. You have the seed at the beginning of creative potential.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, you have the realization of that potential. And in the middle, you have linking up with other people and sharing your ideas and collaborating.
And celebrating each success along the way.
Yes. And I see it as kind of funnily enough, not isolating yourself. So if you have an idea, even if you don't intend to start a business necessarily or be a solopreneur, I think what it's saying is there is value in sharing your ideas with other people, workshopping, brainstorming, opening up, even if you feel like you don't know what you're doing yet, that might actually help you know what you're doing and get to the point where you're actually realizing that vision.
And you don't have to do it alone. You
Right,
can
you don't
and
have to do it
should
alone.
ask for help. And even if you're just asking, hey, can you celebrate this win with me? Can you celebrate this idea with me? That alone might help keep the fire going.
The last time that Madeleine gave me, one of the last times she sent me my virtual reading on Patreon, I don't know if it probably did come up, but one of the themes of the reading was bad bitches link up. And I think that that's kind of what this is that if you want to bring something from the seed of an idea into complete fruition, then you got to lean on other people and you got to be willing to like work your network or just, I don't know. I'm getting the sense that there has a lot to do with like sharing things before you think you're ready to share them. Because sometimes, maybe this is what it is. Sometimes when you speak aloud an idea and someone else hears it, it becomes more real and then you have to go do it.
Yeah.
Then they kind of have to hold you accountable because you've said it now and now you've got to do it. So maybe it's like the courage to speak it aloud so that you can actually take it from just an idea, which is the promise of something, but not the guarantee of it, to the King of Wands, which is the actual tangible, I've done it, I've made it.
Yeah. And to speak it aloud to people who are safe and who are your friends. And this card is very much about like
supportive.
Yeah, your supportive people, like your inner circle, friendships. So, share it with people who are going to be encouraging and supportive. And that can really help motivate you to make it happen. So there was a really clear life cycle of this one. We didn't even have to really think hard about that one. That just was pretty obvious.
I really like this. Well, now I'm annoyed that we're not going to do this for a while, but I'm excited for when we randomly decide to do it again and surprise you with it, since we're not going to be doing it on this regular. I just don't think the universe works on this regular, like, you receive a message from me every other week on Tuesdays. I don't think that's how it rolls, Messages are always available from the universe. We're just here to facilitate them every once in a while. But I want to bring back the magic of it by doing it randomly.
Drop back in sometimes, yes. When the idea strikes.
So click over to the show notes if you want to read Madeleine's descriptions and if you want to check out her. I'll link to her Instagram. I'll link to her site, her Patreon page, which I'm sure you can find on her site. But she is super cool. Love her so much. She's an insanely talented tarot reader and intuitive.
We've been kind of leaning on her for some,
years now.
Spiritual support for
literally
years now.
Years. She has been a guiding light in my life, truly, for like 3 years now.
And definitely check out that old episode, just because you're gonna fall in love with her when you hear her.
Yeah, and she explains the tarot and astrology and some of that stuff that I am interested in, but I just don't know a lot about. I've actually learned a lot about tarot through those cards I get every single day and having readings with her. Okay, so not quite one last reminder. We actually are recording this after we record it. The last reminder, but on Friday will be the last day for our pandemic special. I'm just leaning in. That's what it is. So that means you've only got a few days left if you want to take advantage of 50% off the short course, which includes now the Dream Job Bundle bonus, which is that nice little thing we put together and decided to bring back for this course. We kind of retired the PPVE, our other course, and decided, why would we retire that really useful thing? Let's bring it back out of retirement. Let's get it out of the dugout.
Is giving it to all of our...
what you do with pictures? You bring them back out of the bullpen or something, and you just...
I think once they're out, actually.
That's not true. I feel like there's been a lot of Hallmark movies about baseball players like making a comeback.
I think someone should correct us, but I think once they're out of the game, they're out of the game.
I'm talking about retired from the sport.
Oh, sure. Oh, okay.
Oh, my God. We should not be using sports analogies. It's not working. Oh, my God. Anyway, we brought it back out of retirement. It's on its, like, reunion tour or something like that.
There you go. It's here for
its
good.
comeback tour. So that's the resource we put together, which has a lot of helpful info and exercises for getting and searching for a job that you're really aligned with and excited about, and that is actually a good fit for you. A dream job, dare I say.
I'm like, we just made the course half off and then decided to give you this whole other thing for free as well. Like, man.
It's a very valuable experience.
Yeah, and that's why we have to, at some point,
stop
this.
it. Yeah, I mean, we do have to make like a living.
We
at
have to
some
run a
point.
business. But we just wanted to give you everything we possibly could in this crazy time. So that's half off until this coming Friday, June 5th. It's going to be available after June 5th if you're listening. It's just going to be back to its normal price.
Yeah.
And you can also sign up for a single coaching session. And that's a thing that we don't do.
That is definitely going into retirement, and I am not bringing it back out, I don't think.
We're
We
loving
never
it.
say never.
It's just a lot, just creating really busy schedules right now, which means we may not get to talk to you right away. But if you sign up for a session, I promise you will get your session, and we will contact you with when we can fit that in. And you can even do both. You can bundle both, which means you still get the short course half off and a single session, and then $50 off the whole thing.
Because you bundled it.
Because you bundled the two.
There's a lot of bundling going on in this conversation.
Dream job bundles.
I feel like that's one of those words that you could say long enough that it becomes meaningless. I guess any word.
It's a weird word, though, if you think too hard about it.
When we were first creating the Dream Job Bundle, Kristen was taking notes, in our conversation, in our brainstorming. And
I transposed the L and the E at the end.
She wrote BUNDEL instead of DLE, and I cried laughing, thinking about
Dream Job
Bundle. So get you
too.
Come on down, Clarity on Fire, and get you Dream Job Bundle. You ain't never seen such savings, y'all.
It's been years and we're still like crying laughing over this.
It's literally been 5 years and I just can't, like, the bundle. So if you want the bundle, either bundle, please.
So many bundles.
Go to clarityonfire.com/pandemic or go to the show notes and you can click on anything that we just said. So all of that's going away on Friday.
Which we will be back on Friday with a new Dear Rachel. Got a couple of new questions we're getting into.
Just two, but I just wanted to spend some time on those two questions. Also, we have someone named Rachel who decided she wanted to rant, and she just sort of took the mic from me. I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
So
is it a Rachel thing? Is it like a Rachel?
I do think there is something about that. I do. That's so funny. Lately, I forget there's a word for this. That your name determines your destiny.
Huh.
Yeah. That like what someone chooses to name you. I saw this in a meme about Tom Hanks' children, which is probably not nice. Because Colin Hanks, great actor, and then he also has a brother named Chet, who's like a little weird or something. I don't know anything about him. But they said this is like nominal determinism or something. Like if you name a kid Colin, you get a Colin. If you name a kid Chet, you get a Chet.
Huh.
And I think there might be something to that.
Now I'm like, what is a Kristen? I'll have to look that up.
I think it's exactly what you see.
Just exactly what I am.
It's just like, it's like a type 9, It's like you are just a nice person who is not going to cause a big fuss at customer service on the phone.
I'm very nice to customer service.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like someone who could reliably be nice to a customer service person. That's what Kristen is. I would love to hear what you think your name is, like what it means.
Please leave us a comment.
I don't know where this is, but I don't know what Rachel is. But Rachel is like a little bit of a bossy name.
A little fiery and likes to rant.
A little bit bossy, a little bit ranty. I think so. I mean, I haven't known a lot of Rachels who are wilting flowers.
No,
I just haven't. Yeah,
no, that's
or who
true.
are like super great with customer service personnel. So
super patient.
No, I've never met a lot of patient Rachels. So theories about that? Come share that or your reaction to this reading.
Yeah, how it was relevant to you, because I actually have 2 clients in mind right now who I'm like, I know they're going to be like, oh, that reading was for me.
Excellent. I love when that happens.
So I hope I hear from them.
I hope you enjoy this wild and like crazy slide into home base as we end this episode.
No more
sports
analogies.
Okay, bye. Enjoy your bundles.
Bye.